Ninth ICSE will start with the B unit, that is of physics, that is Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion. Now, for this we will see certain examples. For example, there is a cycle, okay, and that is kept on the stand. It is not moving. So we will say that the cycle is at rest. Now this cycle will continue to be at rest until and unless somebody will push it or somebody will start pedaling it. Okay. Same way, if the cycle is in motion, what will happen? It will continue to be in motion till somebody tries to stop it. The one person who is pedaling it stops pedaling. Okay. So one thing we have understood, what do you mean by a body is in rest and what do you mean by the body is in motion. Now tell me one thing, suppose the same cycle if I take, okay, you pedal it once you pedal it and stop, what will happen? If you stop, will the cycle continue going on? For some time it will continue and afterwards the cycle will also stop. Why? Because if this is your road, then your cycle tire is gliding or moving against this road, and because of this there is a force of friction. A force of friction is offered by the road to the tire. Road is trying to stop the tire from going upon it. So slowly and slowly the force of the cycle, whatever it is having because you have pedaled it, it will fight the force of friction. Slowly because now you have stopped pedaling, this force will go on decreasing, and when it becomes zero, the cycle will stop. So what we came to know, that once when you give a force to a body, you have to continue giving the force. You have to continue giving the force so that the body moves. If you don't give the force, the body will stop moving. Now this was told by Galileo, that once you set a body in motion by giving a force, that force has to be given to it. When the force will not be required, suppose this is a total plane surface, smooth surface with zero friction. If it is a zero friction and you just put a force on a ball, the ball will go on moving continuously. There is no need to again and again apply force. When your surface is smooth, offering zero friction. For example, on ice पे skating करते हैं, right? Here the ice is a total smooth surface offering zero friction. So once you set your body in motion, you don't have to again and again give the force. Automatically, continuously you will be moving. In fact, now you have to apply force to stop yourself. Okay? So understood this? When force of friction is zero, the body will be going on moving, even if force is not applied. Just once at the beginning you have to apply the force. So this is known as Galileo law of inertia. That is, once if the body is set in motion, it moves with uniform velocity if no force acts on it. Then you have a statement of Newton's first law of motion. That is, if a body is in a state of rest, it will remain in the state of rest, and if the body is in the state of motion, it will remain in the state of motion. That is, if any body, this is suppose a body, if the body is at rest, if the body will either be in rest or the body will be in motion. So if it is at rest, it will continue being in rest. If it is in motion, it will continue being in motion. Till when? Till when no force acts on it. So what is Newton's first law? That a body continues to be in the state of rest till no force acts, and a body continues to be in the state of motion till no force acts. मतलब जब तक उसको कोई फोर्स नहीं उस पर एक्ट करेगा, वो अगर रुका हुआ है तो रुका हुआ ही रहेगा, और अगर वो चल रहा है तो वो चलता ही रहेगा, जब तक कि कोई भी फोर्स उसको स्टॉप नहीं करे. So this is Newton's first law. Now to understand Newton's first law, we have to learn two definitions. First is inertia. What do you mean by inertia? Inertia is the tendency of a body, or you can say property of a body to continue its state of rest or motion. Body doesn't want to change itself. If it is at rest, it wants to be at rest. If it is in motion, it wants to be in motion. तो ये जो प्रॉपर्टी है कि हम जिधर भी है जो भी है वो ही करते रहना चाहते हैं, that is known as inertia. Okay? Suppose a book is lying on a tabletop, it will remain over there. It will not get displaced by its own self because it is having a tendency to be there. A ball is rolling on the horizontal plane, okay, and there is no friction, so it will continue to move. Till when it will continue to move? Till you stop it, till some force stops it. So this property is known as inertia. So the property of an object by virtue of which it tends to retain the state of rest or of uniform motion is known as inertia. Now let us see the definition of force. What is force? The force is that external cause or the external disturbance which makes the body or tends the body to change its state of rest or motion. Okay, till now we saw force is either a push or a pull, but force is that external cause which tends the body to either change its state of rest or of motion. Now we will see the relation between mass and inertia. Mass means what? The content of matter in an object expressed in kg or grams. Okay. Now suppose there is a heavy stone and there is a light tennis ball. Which is more easy to displace? Both are at rest. So which will be more easy to replace or displace from that? Of course the tennis ball is more easier to be displaced. Now that means now this is also having inertia. This is also having inertia. Okay. But still when we applied a force, this moved very easily. That means this is having less inertia. What is inertia? Tendency to be in that state. But this could not be in that state. It was in the state of rest. When I applied force, it moved. So its inertia is less. This one's inertia is more. That means heavy bodies have more inertia. Lighter bodies are easy to move. So they have got less inertia. So we can say that mass is, or by mass I will say inertia is inversely proportional to mass. More the mass, What we saw, less the mass, less inertia. Inertia is directly proportional to mass. More the mass, more is the inertia. Less the mass, less will be the inertia. Okay? So inertia is directly proportional to mass. Next, what are the kinds of inertia? Kinds of inertia. Now there are two kinds of inertia. One is inertia of rest, and the second is inertia of motion. If a body is at rest, then its inertia is known as inertia of rest. That is, if a body is at rest, it will remain at rest unless an external force is applied to change its state of rest. This property is known as inertia of rest. Whereas inertia of motion means when a body is in motion, it will have a tendency to continue that state of motion with the same speed unless it is disturbed by an external force. So this property of the body is called inertia of motion. Now we will see certain examples from the textbook